My Shout Studios collection starts way up here on this top shelf with 3 DVDs. Here's Sweet Kill from Roger Corman. Here is Streets and Angel in Red, also from the Corman line. And from Corman as well, here's Death Sport and Battle Truck. These are not the only Shout DVDs I own, but they are the only 3 I have displayed up on these shelves for various reasons. I've got a whole bunch more stashed away somewhere, either in binders or in other sleeves. Here's my Omen collection, the excellent Omen collection. The Critters box set. I will not be upgrading these to 4K. Actually, these are not on 4K. These have been reissued by Arrow in an admittedly very nice collector set, but I will not be double dipping on those. Here's the Rec collection, 4 films. Nice rigid hard box. Love those rigid hard boxes. It's a Alive trilogy. I think the first one is directed by Larry Cohen, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe all three of them are. I'm not sure. Here's the Nightbreed limited edition box set. Another rigid hard box. Irwin Allen, Master of Disaster DVD. I get the formats mixed up. This is a Blu-ray set with several films, at least 5 films. Very nice. A couple of Vincent Price collections here. 1 and 2. This one has 7 films, and this one has 6. And let's see, Ghost Ship. And there's Manhunter. There's Death Becomes Her. Day of the Dead. These are in no particular order. They're not in alphabetical or any kind of order. Here's Dead Ringers. Here is Firestarter. Island of Dr. Moreau. There's Jennifer 8. Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood. Lost in Space. There's Slither, A Village of the Damned 95. I will not be upgrading to 4K. And there's Valentine. I don't need everything on 4K, so, but I did need this on 4K. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. It looks great on 4K. Here's Vice Squad. The Kino's reissuing that on 4K, but I won't be upgrading. Here's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation. There's 10 to Midnight. Body Bags. Alone in the Dark. Big Trouble in Little China. There's Thinner. There's Tales from the Hood. Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and Part 2. And there's Prison. This was one of the first collector's edition titles that Shout put out way back in circa 2012. There's Pet Sematary. Here's House of Wax. This is my own doing. This is Scarecrows. It's obviously a media book edition, but it does contain the Shout disc. There it is. I just thought this was a nicer overall package. And House on Haunted Hill. There's Lake Placid. Lord of Illusions. Jeepers Creepers. And my favorite of the series, the sequel, Part 2. Another combo pack thing here with Ambulance, with the Shout disc, and the German discs. Do you guys do any of this stuff that I'm doing here? Changing up the artwork and stuff and packaging. Here's Dreamscape. I hope that makes it to 4K. There's Idle Hands, Raising Cain, Streets of Fire, Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2. Silent Hill there. Serpent and Rainbow. Not too crazy about that film, to be honest. Doomsday. Dawn of the Dead, the excellent remake, and it looks fantastic on 4K. Stepfather also looks great on 4K. Deadly Blessing. There's Cursed. There's Cyborg. Here's another little difference thing I made here. Here's a media book version of Cobra with just Stallone. I like the simplistic cover there. No titles, no blurbs, nothing on that. And the spot gloss is nice. And that's the German title. Back. And it does have the Shout disc, as you can see. All right, so that's Cobra. Where were you? Here you go. Again, these are in no particular order. No rhyme or reason to this this system of shelving. Here's Class of '84. Here's Coma. Here's Funeral Home. Exorcist 2, The Heretic, and 3 on 4K. There's the Krampus Naughty Cut. There's Funhouse. There's The Dead Zone. Dark Man. Dark Angel. Night of the Comet on 4K. Night of the Demons on 4K. The two sequels are on Blu-ray. That's part 2. And third film. That one's not very good, but you gotta have the complete collection. That's Motel Home. I think this is being reissued as a steelbook, and if I'm not mistaken. Escape from New York. There's Creepshow. There's Child's Play. I'm standing on a step ladder, the top step of a step ladder, so I'm a bit of a precarious situation here. Hopefully I don't fall off, break my neck or anything. Here's Child's Play 3. I'm also using a chest harness. I'm not holding a phone for 40 minutes or for however long this video lasts, because that's just can also be very painful by doing that. Cat People looks great on 4K. Species and the sequel on 4K. There's the People Under the Stairs. RoboCop 2 on 4K. And 3. There's Company of Wolves. Here's The Craft. My Bloody Valentine. And Life Force. Life Force was also just announced by Arrow. That is coming for February, and it will include the international cut on 4K. So I'm sure lots of folks will be pretty happy to hear that. Here's Haunting of Julia. Right. Here's The Burning. You know what? Let me get off the stepladder very carefully and just continue on like this. Hopefully there's enough lighting back here. Here's The Burning. Here's Alligator. Black Christmas. The Blob. Prince of Darkness. Poltergeist 2. Part 3 I sold because I'm anticipating a 4K upgrade at some point. Sword and the Sorcerer. The original and best Return of the Living Dead on 4K. Return of the Living Dead 2. Silver Bullet. There's Phantoms there. Pumpkinhead looking great on 4K. Deadly Friend. Here's Piranha, which also looked great on 4K. Here's Delta Force on 4K. Here's The Evil There's Hell Knight, one of my favorite slashers of all time. Twice Dead. Here's Killer Party. Legends of Hell House. There's The Final Terror. He Knows You're Alone. And Time Walker. I love this one. Land of the Dead. Now this one is a German steelbook. I decided to use this instead of the standard, but that is the Shout Factory 4K disc in there. Yeah, nice horizontal matte finish steelbook for Land of the Dead. Assault on Precinct 13. Where is the 4K of that? Galaxy of Terror. Forbidden World. Humanoids from the Deep. Battle Beyond the Stars. There's Red Dawn. All right. Here's Point Break. There's Hackers. Here's The Fog in a custom slip box at the back. That's Shout's Fog disc. Very nice custom box there. And here are my Shout Select titles, starting with JFK. I'm sorry, JFK. The Pink Panther series. There's Magnificent 7 up there on 4K. Platoon, backwards. Hang 'em High. Fargo. The Oh God collection, trilogy of films. There's Valley Girl. Get Shorty. Clue. Earthquake. The Deer Hunter. Explorers. And the rest are non-slipped editions. This is Brewster's Millions. There's The Missing with Tommy Lee Jones and Glengarry Glen Ross. Down here, it's Shakedown with Peter Weller and Sam Elliott. What do we got? We got Twins. This is Someone to Watch Over Me. I believe this is a John Carpenter flick. I could be wrong. Quigley Down Under. There's Downfall. The Rolling Thunder. Nighthawks. Affliction. There's Summer School. Trespass with Bill Paxton and William Sadler. Ice-T, Ice Cube. Liar Liar. Midnight Run. Macon County Line. There's War Games. Here's Skyline. World War Z. The Sure Thing. Here's The Hand. Superstition, which I had a custom slip made for. But it turns out that the slip is slightly larger than the casing there, as you can see. So I opted not to use it. Same for Damnation Alley. I had that custom slip made, which, yeah, it's great. I like it, but they made it a bit too large. And, I just decided not to use them. So that's Superstition. There's The Pack. Wanted. There's Hellhole. There's Eyes of a Stranger. Exterminator 2, Unlawful Entry, Forced Vengeance, Fear City. There's Screamers, same dives. That's Star Crash there. American Gothic. Alligator 2, The Mutation. Death and the Maiden. Deadly Force. Damnation Alley. The Crawlers, which is actually Contamination 7. It's an Italian film. Alien Predators. Body Parts. Deadly Eyes. Demented. Joshua Tree. Femme Fatale. The Nest. The Victors. Evil Speak. The Sentinel. That's Ravenous. Night of the Lepus. There's Mangler. Cherry Falls. There's After Midnight. Alienator. Exterminators of the Year 3000. There's Sphinx. Surviving the Game. The Seventh Sign. The Terminal Man. Prophecy and Warning Sign. This was a Fox acquisition. Down here, we have a bunch more, but let me grab my chair. This is tiring work, folks. This is not easy to make these videos. Hopefully you guys watch this stuff. And I am gonna unload my camera and do a handheld thing here, which I don't like, but there's Spell. Here's Someone's Watching Me. That's the Carpenters. I thought that the other one was. Many of these films have similar titles. Here's Pumpkinhead 2. There's The Getaway. Scream for Help. Q, The Winged Serpent. There's Street Walking. Saturn 3. Razorback. Witchboard. Bug. This is not the Friedkin film. This is a film from the 70s. There's Ghost Town. There is Ghost Story. Gate 2. That's The Guardian. Ghost and the Darkness. And I have all these white spines together, which I thought looked cool. Here's Walking Tall, the collection. 2-disc set. You'll Like My Mother, a thriller. Here's Linda Blair in Sarah T, Portrait of a Teenage Alcoholic. Private School. Here's Telephone. Plague of the Zombies. Island of Terror. A Boy and His Dog. Here's Death Race 2000. And a lot of double features. Wheels of Fire, Raiders of the Sun. Here is I Escaped from Devil's Island and Final Option. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, Dance with Death, and Dance of the Damned. Murders on the Rue Morgue and Dunwich Horror. Terror Within 1 and 2. I also have a media book version of the first Terror Within. There it is down there. Horror favorite of mine. Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. Here's Crime Zone and Future Kick. Curse 1 and 2. Cellar Dweller and Catacombs. Metamorphosis and Beyond Darkness. Here's a Fox double feature, Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours. Naked Vengeance and Vendetta. Amazons and Barbarian Queen. Here's Caged Heat, Jackson County Jail, Escape to Athena and March or Die, Scanners 2 and 3, TerraVision and Video Dead, a very early Screen Factory release. Here's Millennium and a film called Rotor, double feature. And last on this shelf is Destroyer and Edge of Sanity with Bill Perkins, Tony Perkins back there. Okay, and I've got this little custom slipcover version of Sleepaway Camp. This is just a slip because I think I sold the trilogy earlier on eBay. Again, in anticipation of a 4K upgrade. Pretty good custom slip there for Sleepaway Camp. All right, so down here, I've got some more Shout titles. Some could be site exclusives. Let's see, there's Jack's Back. I'm gonna put it down there for a second. This is Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. The Boys from Brazil. Blood and Lace. Here's A Breed Apart. Mask of the Red Death. Ninja 3, the first pressing. I believe the reissue had a fresh scan done. Here's a film called Into the Night, which is Shout Select, which should go in the Shout Select section. I'm going to put you up there for the time being. Mummy's Shroud. There's I, Madman. Here's Nomads with James Bond himself. Roller Coaster. Here's A Quiet Place in the Country. Nice little thriller there from the 70s, I think. Maybe 60s. Down here's a film called Time Bomb. Whispers in the Dak. 8mm. Invaders from Mars, 86. The Resurrected. And Raise the Titanic down there. And I got one more shelf of Shout Studios material. Down here, at the bottom shelf, at the way bottom, is the Hot Box. This is Dead Space. That was a site exclusive. That's Death Sport. Can't tell. Oh, Strangers Watching. Snake. Lipstick. Lady in White. Miami Blues. Space Truckers. That's Scorchy. And Time Rider. This is Strays. Candyman 3. Or 2, sorry. The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. This is Brain Scan. That's the big bust out. Blessed Child. That's The Brain, or just Brain. School Spirit. Endangered Single White Female. Jesus. The Unborn. This is Bones. Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. Private Parts. Not a Porn. That's Virus. 2-Minute Warning. That's Willard, or Willard. The Temp. There's Watchers 2. This is Sunny Boy. Town That Dreaded Sundown. The Seduction. That's The Borrower. This is Endangered Species. That's Fear No Evil. Who's in this? I've got some movies here that I've completely forgotten I've owned, and I've never watched. Here's Future World in a nice black case. Looking good, the black and yellow there. The House That Dripped Blood. I thought that was Severin. Nope, it's Shout. Saw that already. Grey Lady Down. Submarine flick from the 70s. Submarine disaster flick. Here is Dance Macabre with England again. Mr. Freddy Krueger himself. I have never seen that yet. This is Dead Time Stories. There's The Fan. Not to be confused with The Appliance. Here is 13 Ghosts. This is actually a collector's edition, but I don't have the slip for it. So it goes way down on the bottom shelf for now. And it's not among my favorite movies. Let's see. It's getting a little tight back here. So where did I left off with The Warrior and the Sorceress, which is a side exclusive. Nightmares. That's The Offspring, which is actually really called, at least in the US, this is called From a Whisper to a Scream. And it's got Vincent Price. This is a Vincent Price flick. Alternate title of The Offspring, which I think is way cooler. And it's got cooler artwork as well. Here is The Naked Cage, which I thought I already had. Nope. Naked Violence. Different film entirely. Okay. Of Unknown Origin. This is The Lost Continent. That's Bad Moon. That's Caged Fury. That's Chamber of Horrors. And this is Eve of Destruction with Gregory Hines. Right, put you there. Nightmare at Noon. It's an Aussie flick. And this is Man's Best Friend from 1993 with Lance Henriksen, My Demon Lover. There's Ben. And here's The Dark Half, a George A. Romero flick. So that's my Shout collection, but I'm not even finished yet. I've got. You might be asking yourself, well, where are the Halloweens? Where's Jason? Okay, Halloween is way over here on this shelf. And these are custom slip boxes that I purchased rather recently on Etsy. These are actually all the 4Ks. This is Shout's 4K box set, but these are custom slip boxes that I had made especially. I didn't have made. I purchased this. These were made especially to house the 4K discs or even Blu-rays. If you have any Blu-rays of the Halloween films, the boxes do fit Blu-rays and 4Ks equally. So here's one for Halloween Ends. Shout didn't release these films, but I've got that space reserved for when I do purchase. I don't have any of the David Gordon Green films, but I do plan on purchasing those at some point. But yeah, the rest are definitely Shout discs inside. Here's Halloween 3 as an example, with that wonderful art, and that's the Shout 4K disc, as you can see, or Shout Studios. And yeah, that was a great box set for the Halloween films. And my Jason collection is sitting right there on the shelf. This shelf is brand new. I just purchased it and I set it up. It took me about, I don't know, 40 minutes. It's up to an hour. Fairly easy. And this is where I'm keeping the Friday the 13th box set from Shout for the time being. Okay, so this is an awesome set. I'm hoping to purchase the custom slip covers for all the films at some point. There's a guy on Etsy, or there's several sellers on Etsy that do sell the custom slips for these films, and I'm hoping to do that pretty soon. And I believe Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell are coming to 4K from Arrow, so I'm looking forward to those releases, those upgrades, whenever that may be. Hopefully it won't be for next Halloween, but yeah. So there you have it, folks. That's my Shout Factory, Scream Factory, and now Shout Studios collection. Thank you for sticking with me, and I hope to see you soon in a future video. Thanks.